vision and pay me. It's never this way. We indigenous, maybe we winning this crazy. Your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity, your opportunity.
Welcome back to EDI on the Street. We break down everything EDI and supply chain, and today we're diving into a topic that's generating a lot of buzz lately.
Yeah.
Web EDI.
Definitely a hot topic, especially for suppliers working with, those larger retailers.
Okay, so think of EDI like a universal language for computers in the supply chain.
Right.
Purchase orders, invoices, shipping info, all that stuff can flow smoothly thanks to EDI, but Web EDI is often presented as this easy on-ramp, but is it really all it's cracked up to be?
Well, retailers tend to love Web EDI because it helps them streamline things on their end.
Yeah.
They get that structured data they need, fewer invoice discrepancies, faster order fulfillment, a smoother process overall, which is great for them.
Right.
But for suppliers, the picture can be a bit more complicated.
You're saying there's a catch?
There can be.
Okay.
One of the big ones is that even though it's called Web EDI, it often still involves a lot of manual data entry.
So suppliers are still stuck doing things by hand, even with EDI in the mix. I thought that was the whole point of EDI, to automate all this.
You'd think so, right? But in many cases, someone on the supplier side is still logging into a web portal and retyping information from the purchase order into their own system.
Wow.
That defeats the purpose of automation and opens the door to errors.
Right.
Typos, missing info,
Yeah.
Small mistakes can create big problems.
And I bet those problems can cost suppliers money.
You bet.
In what ways?
We're talking about things like compliance penalties.
Okay.
Lots of retailers have strict rules about EDI documents, how they're formatted, when they're sent. If a supplier misses the mark, maybe an invoice is formatted wrong, or a shipment notification is late, they can get hit with fees, and those fees add up.
Ouch, that's a real hidden cost, especially for smaller suppliers working with tight margins.
Right, and this brings us to a bigger point about Web EDI. It tends to be retailer-centric.
Okay.
It makes things easier for them, but it can actually create inefficiencies for suppliers.
So it's kind of a benefit the big guy situation.
In a way, yes.
Okay.
Think about it. A supplier gets a big purchase order from a retailer through a Web EDI portal. Instead of that order automatically flowing into their system, someone has to enter all those details manually, item numbers, quantities, shipping addresses, everything.
Which is not just tedious, but also time-consuming, and opens the door to more errors. It's like they're stuck in a digital hamster wheel.
Exactly. And on top of that, you have delays in processing.
Okay.
Without that real-time data exchange, a supplier might not be able to acknowledge an order right away, which can lead to stock shortages or fulfillment issues, which could then lead to more penalties from the retailer.
Sounds like a vicious cycle.
It can be, and unfortunately, many suppliers try to make Web EDI work by cobbling together these workarounds that seem like integration, but actually just create more problems.
What kind of workarounds are we talking about here?
Think third-party tools to pull data from the web portal or convert into different formats. It seems like a fix, but you still have manual steps.
Right.
So you're not getting the real cost savings that EDI promises.
Got it.
Plus, you can end up with data silos.
Right.
Information in the EDI portal doesn't match up with the data in the supplier's own systems.
Right.
So you could have inventory discrepancies, inaccurate financial records, all sorts of complications.
So even with these workarounds, Web EDI can be a bit of a minefield for suppliers.
It can be, and this is where the power dynamic between retailers and suppliers comes into play.
Okay.
It's not uncommon for big retailers to partner with large EDI providers to enforce EDI compliance across their entire network of suppliers.
Yeah.
And the focus is often on making sure suppliers meet the retailer's specific requirements, not on helping suppliers become more efficient.
So suppliers might feel pressured to adopt the retailer's preferred solution, even if it's not a good fit, just to keep that relationship going.
Exactly. And these large providers often have complex pricing structures and high fees. Suppliers can feel locked into a system that doesn't work well for them and ends up costing them more than it should.
So what's the alternative? What should suppliers be looking for instead?
That's where full back-end integration comes in.
We've touched on that, but can you break it down for us? What does full back-end integration really mean?
It means connecting your EDI system directly to your other back-end systems, like your ERP, your warehouse management system,
Okay.
your accounting software.
Got it.
So everything is talking to each other seamlessly.
No more manual data entry, no more data silos, no more scrambling to meet compliance requirements.
You got it?
I like it.
Orders flow automatically, invoices are generated without human intervention, shipping information updates in real time.
Right.
It streamlines the entire process,
Yeah.
and it leads to tangible benefits for suppliers. Faster order processing, reduced costs, improved accuracy, and a lower risk of those compliance penalties we talked about.
Plus, suppliers can actually scale their business without drowning in manual processes.
Exactly.
They can handle bigger order volumes without having to hire a ton of extra staff.
Exactly. And maybe even more importantly, they get valuable data insights.
Okay.
They can see what's happening in their supply chain,
Yeah.
identify bottlenecks, and make smarter decisions.
So full integration actually gives suppliers a leg up? It's not just about playing by the retailer's rules.
Exactly.
I see.
With so many affordable cloud-based ERP systems available these days, there's really no excuse for avoiding full EDI automation in 2025.
I'm hearing you loud and clear on the benefits, but how does a supplier actually make this transition? It sounds like a big undertaking.
It doesn't have to be. With the right approach and the right technology partner, it can be a smooth process.
So what's the right approach?
Well, it all starts with assessing your current EDI processes. You need to know where you are now before you can figure out where you want to go.
Yeah.
Take a look at your existing web EDI setup. Identify those bottlenecks, the areas that are costing you time and money, the spots where errors keep popping up.
That makes sense. Understand the problem before you try to solve it. What's next?
Next comes choosing the right EDI solution.
Okay.
And this is where it's crucial to find a provider who understands your specific needs and can offer a solution that integrates directly with your existing systems.
Right.
We're talking true integration, not those messy workarounds.
So finding the right partner is key. What else is important in this transition?
Well, then you need to prioritize automating those key transactions. Purchase orders, invoices, ASNs. You want those documents flowing between systems without any manual intervention.
Right.
And of course, making sure you are compliant with all the retailer requirements.
Right.
This is where a good EDI provider can really help. They'll stay up to date on all the latest standards and any changes in mandates.
So many moving parts, but it sounds like it's all about finding the right people to work with. What else should suppliers keep in mind?
Don't underestimate the importance of testing.
Okay.
Once you've got your integrated system set up, test it thoroughly.
Okay.
To make sure data is flowing smoothly and accurately, be prepared to make adjustments.
Tweaking things as you go makes sense. Anything else?
The final piece is training your staff and monitoring performance.
Okay.
Make sure your team understands how the new system works and keep an eye on those performance metrics to see the impact of your efforts.
So many great insights here. It's clear that moving to full EDI integration is an investment. But it sounds like it's one that pays off big time for suppliers in the long run. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. In today's landscape, full integration is the real key to unlocking the full potential of EDI.
But it makes you wonder, if it's such a game changer, why aren't more suppliers doing it?
That's a great question, and it's one we hear a lot. I think there are a few factors at play. Let's explore those after a quick break.
Sounds good. We'll be right back.
Maybe we winning this crazy. Your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity. It's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity.
So we were just discussing why more suppliers haven't made the move to full EDI integration. And I think one reason is that some suppliers might be hesitant to invest in new technology, especially if they're already feeling the pressure to keep up with all the demands from retailers.
Yeah, it can feel like one more thing to add to an already overflowing plate.
Right. And full integration can seem like a big, complex project. It's easy to get overwhelmed just thinking about implementing it, especially if you don't have dedicated IT staff or a lot of technical expertise in-house.
I imagine the EDI landscape can feel like a bit of a black box, especially for smaller suppliers.
It absolutely can. There's also this perception that full integration is going to be super expensive, which isn't always the case.
Right.
Cloud-based solutions are making EDI more affordable than ever.
Yeah.
And when you factor in the potential cost savings from increased efficiency and reduced errors, it often pays for itself pretty quickly.
So it's an investment that can actually boost your bottom line, not just drain your resources.
Exactly, but sometimes there's this inertia holding suppliers back. They're used to doing things a certain way, even if it's not the most efficient way, and change can be hard.
I get it. It's easy to get stuck in that if it ain't broke, don't fix it mindset.
Right. But in this case, that approach can really limit growth potential.
Okay.
Plus, there's this misconception that Web EDI is good enough.
Yeah.
Suppliers might think they're meeting the requirements, so why bother with anything more?
But we've seen that just meeting the bare minimum isn't the same as optimizing your whole supply chain.
Exactly. Full integration is about so much more than just checking boxes.
Right.
It's about gaining a real competitive edge, strengthening those retailer relationships, and setting yourself up for long-term success.
So it's a strategic move, not just a technical one.
Absolutely. And if you're a supplier listening to this and you've been hesitant about making that leap, I encourage you to reconsider. Take another look at the benefits, do some research, and don't be afraid to ask for help from experts.
That's a great point. There are resources available. Companies like ours here at GraceBlood are dedicated to helping suppliers find solutions that work for them.
Yeah.
Remember, EDI should work for you, not just the retailers you work with.
I agree. So let's shift gears a bit and talk about what full integration looks like in practice.
Okay.
What should suppliers be looking for in an integrated solution?
Well, first and foremost, I think it's important to find a solution that's tailored to your specific industry and your type of business.
Right.
A small manufacturer is going to have very different needs than a large distributor, right?
Definitely. A solution that's perfect for one might be a terrible fit for the other.
Yeah.
Do your research. Find a provider who understands the ins and outs of your particular industry.
So industry expertise is key. What else should suppliers be looking for?
Flexibility is huge. Your EDI solution should be able to grow and adapt right along with you as your business evolves.
So you don't want to be boxed in by a system that can't handle change. What about scalability?
That's another big one. Can the solution handle growing transaction volumes as your business scales up? You don't want to outgrow your system and have to start all over again.
That would be a nightmare. And of course, security is always a top concern, especially when you're dealing with sensitive data.
Absolutely. You need to look for things like data encryption, access controls, and compliance with industry standards like PCI DSS. Make sure your data is protected at every level.
What about ease of use? I'm guessing nobody wants a system that requires a PhD in computer science to operate.
You're right about that. The solution should be intuitive and easy to use, even for team members who aren't tech savvy.
Right.
No need to spend hours and hours on training. The goal is to make EDI as seamless and painless as possible.
Seamless and painless.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that.
And speaking of seamless, let's talk about integration.
Okay.
We've talked about this a lot already, but making sure your EDI solution can talk to your other systems is critical.
So it should connect directly to your ERP, your warehouse management system, your accounting software, anything that's part of your supply chain operations.
Exactly. This eliminates manual data entry, reduces the risk of errors, and gives you that real-time visibility we keep talking about.
And let's not forget about support. When you run into an issue, and you probably will at some point, you want to know that your EDI provider has your back.
100%. Look for a provider who offers responsive, reliable customer support because you will have questions, you will encounter challenges, and you need to know that someone is there to help you through it.
So to recap, when you're evaluating solutions, look for industry expertise.
Right.
Flexibility, scalability, security, ease of use, seamless integration, and excellent customer support. Those are the must-haves for a successful EDI implementation.
Absolutely. And now that we've covered all that, maybe we can dive into how GraceBlood's platform addresses those needs.
Sounds good to me.
Maybe we winning this crazy. Your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity. It's your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity.
Let's talk about specific examples of how full back-end integration can tangibly benefit suppliers.
Sure.
What are some real-world outcomes they can expect to see?
Well, one of the most immediate benefits is a significant reduction in labor costs.
Okay.
We've talked about all that time wasted on manual data entry. With full back-end integration, you can automate those tasks, freeing up your employees to focus on more strategic, higher-value activities.
So instead of spending hours rekeying information, they can be working on things that move the needle.
Exactly.
Like improving products, enhancing customer service, or strategizing for future growth. It's a huge win.
Absolutely. And with automation comes accuracy.
Okay.
You're dramatically reducing the risk of those costly errors we discussed earlier, the incorrect orders, the shipping delays, the invoice discrepancies, all those things that can lead to chargebacks and strained relationships with retailers.
And we know that translates to real cost savings and stronger, healthier relationships with your trading partners.
Absolutely.
It's a win-win on multiple levels.
For sure.
But there's more, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about real-time data exchange.
Right.
How does that play into the benefits of full back-end integration?
That's a key piece of the puzzle.
Okay.
With real-time data flow, you can accelerate your order processing and fulfillment times. You're able to respond to customer demands much more quickly and efficiently.
So you're not just meeting expectations, you're exceeding them.
Exactly.
It creates a much more positive customer experience.
Right. And happier customers lead to stronger relationships and increased loyalty.
Sure.
Plus, this agility reduces the likelihood of those stock shortages and missed sales opportunities that can plague suppliers using Web EDI.
Right.
You're in a much better position to meet demand and capitalize on every opportunity.
It sounds like full back-end integration creates this positive ripple effect across the entire supply chain.
Absolutely.
It's about more than just compliance.
Right.
It's about optimizing every aspect of your operations.
Exactly.
But we also have to talk about the practical side of things.
Okay.
Let's get into the systems that can help achieve this full back-end integration.
Sure. Of course, VelociLink is designed specifically for suppliers who are ready to move beyond the limitations of Web EDI and embrace the power of full integration.
Okay.
It's a game changer because it directly connects with a wide range of ERP, WMS, and accounting software solutions,
Okay.
eliminating the need for clunky middleware or those error-prone manual data transfers.
So it acts as this intelligent bridge between your EDI processes and all those essential business systems you rely on every day.
Exactly. It's like having a universal translator for your supply chain, ensuring that data flows smoothly and accurately between all those different systems.
What are some key benefits that suppliers can expect to see when they implement a solution like VelociLink?
Sure.
What makes it stand out from the crowd?
VelociLink is built to be flexible.
Okay.
It supports a wide range of EDI transactions and document types. So whether you're dealing with purchase orders, invoices, shipping notices, or any other critical EDI document, it's incredibly scalable and reliable.
Wow.
You can easily add new trading partners, increase your transaction volume, and access your data from anywhere with an internet connection.
Great.
It grows with your business and assures that your EDI processes are always up and running.
That peace of mind is invaluable, especially in today's rapidly evolving business landscape.
For sure.
And it sounds like VelociLink is designed to evolve with the EDI landscape as well, right?
Definitely.
So for those who are struggling with Web EDI or those pseudo-integration solutions we talked about, VelociLink sounds like a very compelling alternative.
It is. It's a way for suppliers to finally break free from those limitations and embrace the true potential of EDI.
I love that.
It's about taking control, driving efficiency, and using EDI as a tool for growth, not just a compliance hurdle.
I love that message of empowerment.
Access those same benefits of full EDI integration.
So they can experience those same efficiencies, those same cost savings,
Exactly.
and that same level of control over their supply chain.
And in today's competitive landscape, those advantages can make all the difference.
It's about staying ahead of the curve
Right.
and ensuring that your business is agile and responsive in a rapidly changing market.
Absolutely. And EDI is a critical part of that equation. It's no longer just a compliance requirement.
Right.
It's a strategic imperative for businesses at all sizes.
So for those listeners who are currently stuck in the world of Web EDI,
Yeah.
or maybe trying to make those pseudo-integration solutions work,
Right.
what advice would you give them?
My advice would be to start exploring those options for full back-end integration.
Yep.
Don't be afraid to reach out to providers, ask questions, and really get a sense of what's possible.
Don't settle for the status quo.
Exactly.
Don't accept those limitations that Web EDI imposes on your business.
Right.
There are better solutions out there.
Exactly. And remember, it's an investment that will pay dividends in the long run.
You're not just spending money. You're investing in the future of your business.
Exactly.
You're investing in efficiency, in growth, and in the ability to compete on a level playing field.
And with the right partner by your side, that transition to full back-end integration can be smooth and successful.
Absolutely well said. Now, as we wrap up this part of our discussion, I want to make sure our listeners are walking away with a few key takeaways.
Please do.
First and foremost, Web EDI, while it might seem convenient on the surface,
Right.
often comes with hidden costs and inefficiencies for suppliers.
Yeah.
It's essential to be aware of those limitations and to understand that there are better alternatives available.
I couldn't agree more.
Second, full back-end integration is the key to unlocking the true value of EDI.
Absolutely.
It's about automating those manual processes, gaining that real-time data visibility,
Right.
and ultimately driving business growth.
Absolutely. It's about moving beyond compliance and embracing EDI as a strategic asset.
And finally, don't be afraid to challenge the status quo.
Right.
Advocate for solutions that prioritize your needs.
Yeah.
And find a partner who can help you navigate those complexities and make EDI work for you.
Excellent advice. And we can't forget about compliance. It's not a static target. It's constantly evolving as retailers update their requirements, so staying informed and adaptable is crucial.
That's where having a proactive EDI partner really pays off.
Absolutely.
They can keep you up to date on those changing requirements and help you maintain compliance without missing a beat.
Exactly. So for our listeners who are considering making this transition to full back-end integration, I want to reiterate that it's an investment worth making. The benefits far outweigh the challenges, and it can truly transform your business.
It's about taking control of your supply chain, driving efficiency, and unlocking growth opportunities that were previously out of reach.
With the right approach and the right partner, EDI can become a powerful engine for success.
Well said. And as we wrap up this episode of EDI on the Street, I want to leave our listeners with a final thought.
Please do.
Don't let Web EDI hold you back. Don't settle for those limitations. Embrace the power of full back-end integration and take control of your supply chain destiny. Thank you for joining us on EDI on the Street.
Keep innovating, keep automating, and keep driving your business forward.
Your opportunity, your opportunity, your opportunity, it's your opportunity, your opportunity.